If you follow my channel, you probably already know that I love Embers Adrift as an old school approach to MMORPGs, but also for the developers constantly updating and improving and making the game better with every single monthly patch. I've put in thousands of hours playing Embers Adrift, and now the developers at Stormhaven Studios have announced that Embers Adrift is days away from launching a way for anybody to play the MMO for free to try it out. We're going to talk about how you can come try out Embers Adrift at no cost to see if it drags you in the way that it did myself. My name is Nathan. I cover MMOs and RPGs, so please hit that like button like it owes you money, and please subscribe for more. So Embers Adrift launched at the tail end of 2022, and if you haven't played it in a while, they've added a ton of content since then. I mean, a ridiculous amount. They've really kind of fleshed this MMO out over the months since it originally launched, and the player population has improved a ton. But in a push to get more people playing and addicted to this MMO, they are now releasing an option for people to go make an account for free on their website. I've got a link for that in the description down below. And once you have an account, you'll be able to start trying Embers Adrift at no cost on March 1st, 2024. There is no time limit, so you'll be able to try out Embers Adrift for as long as you want. You'll simply not be able to leave the first areas. This includes a couple of dungeons, by the way, so you can really get the feel for the game, and of course the major main city, New Haven. Now this should give you an opinion if you think Embers Adrift is an MMO RPG for you, if it's something you're going to enjoy. And then hopefully you think it is, like most of us have that are really enjoying it in my guild, and you'll get the game. It's only $30 US, and then you can join the Drifters and continue your adventure with that character. Now, if you want to get a subscription or not is up to you, as well as buying the game does let you play on one character for as long as you want. However, if you want multiple character slots, you want extra bank slots, and a couple of other small perks, then get the subscription, which is only $10 a month, but not necessary. A couple of things I want to tell you about Embers Adrift to prepare you is that it is a slower paced MMO like the classics. It's not as slow as it was when the game originally launched. They've done a lot of experience upgrades, and it's definitely faster than it used to be. But it is still intended and is a slower paced game, which I love it for that. Embers Adrift is definitely the type of MMO that was made for classic MMORPG lovers, with rare drops, rare names to look for, and when you get a good piece of loot, it lasts a really long time. You don't have to replace it for a while. It's a big deal when you get a good piece of loot. The throwbacks to old school MMOs is why I love Embers Adrift, and why I have continued playing it since launch and plan to continue playing it for far off into the future. It's just classic addictive MMO systems that are timeless for me. So should you try Embers Adrift, abso-freaking-lutely. It may not be for everybody, but it might be for you, just like it is for me. Us old school MMORPG fans that loved EverQuest or Dark Age of Camelot, PvE of course, Final Fantasy XI, Embers Adrift just offers an absolutely awesome world and lore and class design, group mechanics that newer MMOs just don't seem to be getting right. And it's a small indie team, Stormhaven Studios, slaving away to make this game better and better every single month, really shown their dedication and actually listening to player feedback and improving it with each monthly patch. Once you get in and try out Embers Adrift on March 1st with the launch of the free play system, and you decide you want to spend the $30 US and get the game, come find me here on YouTube on any of my videos, including this one, and use my link in the description to not only support this wonderful MMO, but to also help support this channel with my affiliate link. I really could use your support. So use my link, baby. I've been recommending this game since it launched, and now there's a way for you to jump in and try the game starting on March 1st and just kind of get into this beautiful world and try it for yourself and decide if you like it or not. This will be an ongoing free play. It's not a limited time event or anything like that, but I recommend jumping in while it's hot and new, because more people will be getting in at that time, meaning you can make friends and kind of establish relationships with some people that are also just starting the game, and you can kind of continue playing and leveling with them with the full game once you decide to purchase it and move on into the other zones. And one more thing, Embers Adrift launched with very little options for soloing. And it's a question I get a lot here on the channel, so I want to address it. Due to player feedback, there are now solo quests at bulletin boards that you can do, solo loops that are in dungeons. Every single dungeon doesn't have a solo loop at the time of recording. However, they've been adding more and more to each dungeon. So like that frog EV that you go into at the beginning, they'll be part of the free trial, now has a solo loop, for example. Many of them do now, and eventually all of the dungeons will have an option for solo players, and it works well for duo too. So if it's just you and one other person, or you by yourself, these solo loops actually give you good rewards and great experience and that kind of dungeon mechanics, and it's a really good idea and it works well. So what I'm trying to say here is that Embers Adrift now, although it wasn't at launch, it is now the kind of MMO where you can kind of play it the way that you want. Obviously, though, grouping offers the faster pace leveling and the better loot, and in my opinion, the ultimate experience for the game, so don't leave it in the dust. But soloing is certainly possible now in a feasible way to level up. So go out and try the free trial coming here on March 1st, and come back to any of my Embers Adrift videos for the link to grab up the full game once you decide you're going to continue on and into the other zones and dungeons and content. I hope to see you in Embers Adrift very soon, and would love to have you in my guild, Bag Runs. Very active guild on the server, and I have a link also in the description to my Discord, where you can ask for a guild invite in the Embers channel once you have purchased the game with my link. There are no guild invites when you're on the free trial. However, once you get the game with my link, go ahead and ask for an invite into the guild with your character name and we'll get you in. And that's all the exciting news I have for Embers Adrift. I hope you come and try it out on March 1st. I think this is a really big deal for the game, and I really hope that it does improve the player base, although the player base isn't horrible right now. I get on, I find a group every time. There's always there's always people in my level range, but we definitely could use more people, right? Like, I would love to see this MMO really blossom and grow, and we need a player base to do that, and this free trial should do the trick because the gameplay's addictive. Anyway, until next time, my friends, God bless and happy gaming. Thank you to the members on YouTube and the subs on Twitch. Thank you all for joining the NAPALM Nation. You help keep the lights on so I can keep streaming and pumping out content. I want to also thank the highest tier members for their epic support. Bounty Code, Jared Woodhouse, Daimlos, Sparrow, Farthest Reach, Random Rob, Gallery Moonsong, What's the Takeaway, Bad Wolf Gaming, Cobalt, Robert Daneka, Pip Pop, My Boot Your Ass, The Crinkle One, Scurpy Bard, and Aaron Owen. Thank you for your highest tier membership.